Have you ever quietly asked yourself, how much time do I really have left? It's a big question, but here's something surprising. Your body may already know the answer. No guesswork, no test results, just simple signals, subtle, silent signs that appear every day. How you walk, how you sleep, even how you shake someone's hand. In this video, I'll show you 10 quiet yet powerful signs, all backed by science, that can help predict how long you may live after the age of 70. But these signs aren't just things to observe. They're things you can improve, and the changes can begin right now, no matter your age, no matter your health. Because living longer isn't just about adding years. It's about living those years with strength, independence, and purpose. So let's begin. Let's start listening, really listening, to what your body's been trying to tell you all along. Part 1. Movement and physical strength. Tell me, when was the last time you really paid attention to how you walk? I'm not talking about long hikes or athletic runs, just the simple, everyday steps. From the kitchen to the living room, from your front porch to the corner store. It may seem ordinary, but the way you move, your pace, your coordination, your steadiness, actually says a lot about your inner health. After the age of 70, walking speed becomes one of the most powerful indicators of longevity. Geriatric doctors often call it the silent biological clock. Studies from both the U.S. and Japan have shown that seniors who walk significantly slower than average have up to an 80% higher risk of dying within the next 5 to 10 years. Why is that? Because walking isn't just about legs. It's about your brain, your heart, your lungs, your nerves, your muscles, all working together. If even one of these systems weakens, your walking speed naturally slows, serving as your body's early warning signal. So please, don't overlook it. Ask yourself, do I still walk as briskly as I used to? Do I feel anxious about crossing the street before the light changes? Do I need to stop and catch my breath more often now? If the answer is yes, your body might be asking for attention, and gentle movement may be the key. The good news is you can improve your walking speed, and along with it, your overall health. You don't need to jog or buy expensive equipment. Just begin by walking for 10 to 15 minutes a day. Once you're comfortable, try walking a little faster. If there are stairs nearby, climb a few steps daily. When you walk, swing your arms naturally and keep your posture upright. And most importantly, rest when you need to, but don't stop for too long. Because every step you take with purpose gives your body a reason to keep going. Now, besides how fast you walk, there's something else that's just as important, your sense of balance. Have you ever felt a little dizzy when standing up too quickly? Or reach for a railing going up or downstairs? That could be a sign that your balance is weakening, a skill that's crucial to your independence and safety. Research shows that older adults who can stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds without wobbling tend to live longer and have fewer serious injuries. Because when balance starts to fade, the risk of falling rises. And for seniors, a fall can change everything. Broken bones, hospital stays, loss of independence. But here's something wonderful. Balance isn't luck. It's a skill you can train. Every day, try a few simple things. Stand on one leg while brushing your teeth. Practice heel-to-toe walking along a hallway. Explore gentle exercise routines like Tai Chi or senior yoga. These activities don't just improve balance. They help you feel centered, calm, connected to your body again. And most of all, they give you the confidence to keep living life on your own terms. Now let's talk about your hands, your grip. Take a look at your hand. Try making a firm fist. How strong does it feel? Have you noticed it's harder to open jars? Or that carrying shopping bags wears you out faster than it used to? That may be more than just normal aging. In fact, studies show that a weak grip is strongly associated with reduced lifespan, especially in older men. Why? Because your grip strength reflects your overall muscle health. Weak hands can signal muscle loss throughout your body, which affects your heart, your ability to breathe, your balance, and your recovery after illness. But don't worry, you can rebuild that strength. Like walking in balance, grip can be trained. Try squeezing a rubber ball for a few minutes each day. Twist the lid off a jar instead of asking for help. Use a light soup can or hand weight to do a few gentle arm curls. Within a few weeks, you'll likely notice something powerful. Your hands aren't just stronger, they're helping you reclaim your independence. Because strength doesn't vanish overnight, and it doesn't return in a day either. But with steady, kind effort, it comes back. And when it does, you may feel something even more precious, ownership over your own life again. So, my friend, let me say this. The way you walk, the way you balance, the strength in your grip, these might seem like small things, but together they tell a powerful story. A story of movement, independence, and possibility. And most of all, a story that says, you are still in control, you are still capable of strength, and your future is still something you can walk toward, step by steady step. Part 2, Brain and Cognition. Sometimes the scariest thing about aging isn't the aching back or sore knees. It's when your memory quietly begins to slip away. Maybe you walk into the kitchen, but forget why you came. Or you see a familiar face, someone you've known for years, but their name just won't come back. If that's ever happened to you, you're not alone. Many people, after the age of 70, begin to notice that their memory is a little slower, their thoughts not quite as quick as they used to be. But the important thing isn't to feel afraid. What matters is to understand it and take action in time. Let me share something with you. Cognitive function, your memory, your thinking, your mental clarity, is one of the strongest indicators of longevity. When your brain is healthy, you think more clearly, respond more quickly, and most of all, you remain independent, able to make decisions for yourself. On the other hand, if we allow our cognition to decline without paying attention, it can lead to confusion, dementia, dependence, and even a significantly shorter lifespan. But here's the good news. Your brain is remarkably responsive. When you challenge it, it begins to wake up again. That's why I encourage you to do a few small things every day. Read a book, even just a few pages. Play brain games like Sudoku, chess, or crossword puzzles. Write by hand, instead of always using your phone. Tell your life stories to your children, your grandchildren, or your friends. These small habits are like little workouts for your brain. Just like your muscles need movement to stay strong, your mind needs exercise to stay sharp as the years go by. In addition to memory, there's something else you shouldn't overlook: your sleep. Let me ask you this. Have you been sleeping well lately? Do you wake up in the middle of the night? Or do you lie awake for hours, your thoughts running in circles? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know this. Poor sleep is not just part getting older, as many people mistakenly believe. In truth, deep restorative sleep is essential to keeping your mind sharp, your immune system strong, and your life longer. While you sleep, your brain is actually cleaning up harmful toxins, including proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease. Your body repairs tissues, regulates blood sugar and blood pressure. In other words, not sleeping well means your brain doesn't detox, and your body doesn't heal properly. So, how can you improve your sleep after 70? Here are a few tips that have helped many of my dear friends. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Avoid screens before bedtime. The blue light confuses your natural body clock. Dim the lights. Listen to soft music, or read a physical book to signal to your brain that it's time to rest. During the day, get 15 to 30 minutes of morning sunlight. Natural light helps your body regulate sleep more effectively. And if worries keep you up at night, try writing them down on paper before bed, as if you're tidying your mind to make space for a peaceful sleep. My dear friend, keeping a clear mind and a calm heart may be the two most important things you can do to live longer and live well. When you remember, when you understand, when you choose, you remain the author of your own life, and that truly is more precious than any medicine. A sharp, lively mind is the light that guides the path ahead. Even if your hair turns gray or your eyes begin to fade, a clear mind will always be your most faithful companion on this journey we call life. Part 3. Inner Strength and Emotions. One thing I've learned after many years of speaking with wise and wonderful older adults is this. True health doesn't come from muscles, medicine, or sleep alone. It comes from peace within. I've met people whose bodies were frail, yet their spirits remained clear, warm, and full of hope. And I've seen others who, despite having no major illness, slowly withered, because their hearts were heavy, their minds clouded, their emotions burdened. That's why today, I want you to pause, not to check your blood pressure or your heart rate, but to ask yourself something deeper. Lately, have I been feeling tense, worried, or emotionally tired without a clear reason? You see, stress isn't just a feeling, it's a full body response. When you worry too much, your body releases chemicals like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones cause inflammation, raise blood pressure, weaken your immune system, and even damage brain cells. A person who lives under constant stress is at higher risk for heart disease, diabetes, depression, and cognitive decline. What makes it even harder is that many people don't realize they're living with chronic stress because it doesn't arrive like a thunderstorm. It arrives like a slow, misty rain, quiet, steady, and easy to ignore until one day, everything feels damp and heavy. So my dear friend, pay attention to the little signs. Do you sigh often without noticing? Do you wake up in the morning feeling emotionally heavy? Do you find yourself easily irritated or avoiding conversations with others? If the answer is yes, then perhaps what you're carrying is not just physical fatigue, but a kind of invisible tiredness. And only when you truly listen to yourself will you begin to see it. But don't worry, because inner strength can be rebuilt, just like sunlight can warm a room that hasn't seen brightness in days. Let me share with you a few simple yet powerful practices. Take slow, deep breaths for 2 to 3 minutes whenever you feel overwhelmed. Close your eyes, place a hand on your chest, and focus only on your breath. Listen to a song you loved when you were younger. A familiar melody can bring back soft memories and soothe the heart. Write in a journal, even just a few lines each night. How did I feel today? Laugh more often. Watch a funny video. Tell a lighthearted story. Or simply smile when you remember a moment that once made you happy. And if possible, talk to someone you trust about how you feel. Because sometimes speaking a worry out loud makes it lose half its weight. My dear friend, no one goes through life without storms, whether the body or the soul. But what truly matters is not what we face. It's how we face it, how we embrace it, and how we move through it. A peaceful heart and a calm spirit. These are the best free medicines you can give yourself every single day. And when you nurture that inner resilience, you won't just live longer. You'll live more peacefully, more steadily, more deeply. Maybe you can't climb mountains anymore, but you can stand strong in the winds of your emotions. Maybe you're no longer as quick as you once were, but you can still wake up each morning with a quiet smile. Know you are alive, you are enough, and you are at peace with yourself. Part 4. Social connection and independence. There's a saying I deeply cherish. Older adults don't need many people around. They just need someone who truly listens. After 70, what we need most isn't vitamins, blood pressure monitors, or special diets. What we need is connection. Conversations, kind eyes, a warm hand to hold. Something that reminds us we still matter, that we're still part of this ever-moving world. My dear friend, in countless large-scale studies around the world, from the U.S. and Japan to Europe, researchers have confirmed older adults with strong positive social relationships tend to live 7 to 10 years longer, on average. On the other hand, loneliness, though invisible, has become one of the most dangerous silent threats to seniors today. Loneliness increases the risk of depression, dementia, heart disease, and even early death, just as much as smoking or obesity. And the saddest part? Many people only feel the weight of loneliness at night, when the lights are off and there's no sound in the house. Being alone isn't what hurts most. It's the feeling that no one needs you anymore. That's the emptiness that lingers. So, if lately you've noticed you don't talk to many people, if it's been a while since you called an old friend, gone to church, or sat with someone over tea, then perhaps it's time. Time to return to the world around you, step by small step, with gentle courage. I like to suggest a few simple, warm ways to reconnect. Call an old friend. The conversation doesn't need to be long. A simple, "How have you been?" is enough to rekindle a bond. Join a small community group, a book club, a Tai Chi class, or a meditation circle for seniors. Write a birthday card by hand and send it by mail. More joy comes from that gesture than you might expect. Step outside each morning. Just walking around a block and greeting familiar faces can remind you still belong here. And if you're able, share your time with someone who needs it. Sometimes giving to others is the fastest way to fill the emptiness inside. Alongside connection, I want to gently invite you to reflect on another essential value: independence. Perhaps you've heard people say, getting old means you have to rely on others. And while that may be partly true, I believe that being able to care for yourself remains one of life's most precious dignities at any age. Independence doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means you can still choose for yourself. You can still make decisions. You can still live life on your own terms. I know sometimes you may need help putting on a shirt, opening a jar, or remembering which pills to take. That doesn't make you weak. What makes you strong is your desire to hold on to your independence for as long as possible. And to support that desire, you can do gentle daily exercises to keep your joints flexible and your limbs from stiffening. Reorganize your living space to be safe, easy to navigate, and within your reach. Break your day into manageable tasks so you don't feel overwhelmed, yet still stay engaged and active. Every small task you do for yourself today becomes a building block of freedom for tomorrow. So, my friend, if you still have someone you can call every week, you are already rich. If you can still wash your own dishes, pick out your clothes, pour your own tea, you are strong. And if you can still smile quietly at an old memory, your heart is still young. Longevity isn't only about how many years you live. It's about how deeply you connect and how gracefully you preserve your sense of dignity through life's smallest acts. And I believe you can still do that, with strength, with kindness, and with quiet joy. Final section. My dear friend, we've just walked together through 10 subtle yet powerful signs, each one offering clues about your longevity, your resilience, and your well-being after 70. From the steps you take each morning, to the quality of your sleep at night, from the strength in your handshake, to the warmth of your relationships. Each of these signs is more than just a health tip. They're messages from your body and soul, gently saying, I'm still here. Please keep listening. Please take care of me. Please love me. Perhaps, as you listened, you recognize something in yourself, a sign that has begun to change, a habit that's been quietly fading, a connection that's grown distant. If so, I want to remind you of something important. It is never too late to begin caring for yourself again. Aging is not the end of your story. It is the chapter where life becomes richer, deeper, and more meaningful than ever before. So starting today, choose just one thing to improve, whether walking in the morning, going to bed on time, or calling an old friend. Remember that everything you do for your well-being today is a gift to your future self. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with someone you care about, because maybe, just maybe, it's exactly what they need right now. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to your own heart. Thank you for continuing to choose a life of meaning, one day at a time. And if this video touched you in any way, we invite you to like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back, walking beside you, as you continue your journey to live longer, live stronger, and live with more joy than ever before.